right, what a video I have for you guys today. So if you're watching this, you probably know that I did already announce the winners of this contest over on my Instagram account a few weeks ago. But it was highly requested that I make this video. You guys really wanted to see the top 3 winners and the grand prize winner, and you wanted to know why I chose them. So that's why we're here today, a few weeks later, making this video. So just to go over those prizes once again, the grand prize winner won $1,000. Half of that was from me, half of that was from MusicBed. They also received a MusicBed subscription, and then the 2 runner-ups received just the MusicBed subscription. This was a very, 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 very tough choice, and I know you hear people say that all the time, but I really was only expecting to get maybe 50 submissions, and we ended up receiving about 200. That was a lot of edits for me to go through and really hard to judge. A lot of you guys got really creative. You reinvented the storyline a few times. There were way more than just these top 3 that were very, very good edits. I also want to acknowledge all of you who said that this was your first time editing. I did want to make this contest really accessible for you guys, so that's why I gave you my own footage to edit. That's probably why we got 200 submissions. I'm so proud of you if this is the first edit you've ever done. Some of you even said you edited these on your phones. Like, you're amazing. To have the patience to do that and then to make a really good edit as well. I mean, you can make really great edits on your phone now, and it's amazing that we can. But I think a lot of people tend to make excuses like, oh, I don't have a computer, or I don't have the right editing software, I don't have this and I don't have that, and that's why I can't enter. And you guys didn't allow that to be an excuse, and I think that's just so amazing. Thank you to everyone who applied. Your edits were amazing, but for the sake of this video today, I'm only gonna talk about the top 3 winners, just because I want to make sure I'm really giving each of these edits my full attention, and I want to talk in detail about what I liked or what I would have liked to see more of in these edits as well, and why, for me, I chose this particular grand prize winner. Before we actually get into the meat of the video and start watching these top 3 videos, I also want to let you guys know that there is still another chance to win. There's another contest that MusicBed is holding. It's not just with me, but they've asked me to let you guys know about it. It's the MusicBed Reopen Challenge. For the details about that contest, if that's why you clicked on this video, then I have the time code linked below, so you can click there, fast forward, get all the details for that contest, and then if you want to watch the video, keep watching or come back and watch these edits with me. What we're gonna do is we're going to watch each edit first in its entirety, and then we will watch it again together slowly, and I'll give you my opinion. So just so you guys have a minute to watch the full edit without me stopping and clicking through it and talking over it, we'll play it through first, and then I'll talk through it afterwards. Let's do it. So there are 2 runner-ups. We're gonna watch one of the runner-ups right now. So there isn't kind of a third prize, a second prize, and a first prize. The 2 runner-ups are kind of tied for second place, let's say, so I'm just gonna play whichever one first at random. It doesn't mean that they were third or second or whatever. It just means these 2 that came after the grand prize were tied, just so you know. Okay, so this one is from Francisca. It's so good. Okay, so now let's watch this together. First of all, I have to stop it right away. I love the music, super upbeat, super, super fun. Not only did she use the transition that I shot for with the duvet, she actually took a clip that I had shot meant to go at the end of the video and used it as the intro. So she masked out this screen and really, really well, and actually added a bit of a TV, like VHS effect on top of it, added a digital zoom into the TV. Like it's seamless. She did such a great job with that transition, and it happens so fast, and you're just immediately drawn into this edit. So she took an intro that I'd already shot a fun transition for and then added her other transition, like totally leveled up. A few people did a similar edit where they actually pulled that ending shot of Chris sitting in front of the TV and used it as the intro and then masked the screen, but I just thought she did a really, really good job with it, and it was very seamless. Great job on the transition that I shot for with the duvet. Again, she knew exactly what to do there with the blanket transition going into the door. And her cuts there are nice and quick. Like some people's edits I noticed, they lingered a little too long on that walking portion, but she's right into it. Now we're going into the fridge. Her timing and her cuts are really on point. So this sequence, I thought she did a particularly great job. Like that zoom in again when he's opening the beer bottle, she tracked the beer bottle cap flying off and then zoomed into it and into the lime rolling. Like it's so good. A lot of people tried to do similar things here, and I mean it's because you're all editing with the same footage, but again, her transition was just, it was so smooth and so fun too. And then yeah, she did another push in there. Like it all happened so fast. Like great edits and a great cut. You don't even see these transitions happening. It's not just a straight cut and then your next clip and your next clip and your next clip. It should be fluid. The best edits are fluid when you don't even know how one shot has ended and how you've already started the next shot, and her cuts are perfectly on the beat, and I'm super anal about that. I zoom into the waveform and I want to know when my cut is right on the beat, right on that waveform, and so far like the pacing is just awesome. And then she added sound effects. Sound effects really bring together an edit. And what she did with the sound, like that's so cool. She went, as the lime went underwater, it sounds like the music is going underwater under the beer with that piece of lime. It's just all of those little extra things that really bring together an edit. Another zoom in there. And then I did shoot for these transitions, but she executed them really well. And then what she does at the end there is she used that ending shot of Chris turning on the TV, and she kind of made it seem like he's in this cycle of just doing this, like Groundhog Day, doing the same thing over and over again. So she took my story, which had a beginning and an end, and she actually made it an endless story. She added her own little twist that made my original story even better. So the story makes a video and makes it fun. And again, music was really important. The way she executed the transitions was really important. She added sound effects. Overall, it was just really well done. That whole edit, just so you guys know, for timing, is 35 seconds long. And so there were a few beginners who submitted, and if I were to give you guys any feedback, it would be cut quickly. Cut quickly. If it feels slow at any point, it's because it is slow. Don't hang on for too long. Sometimes I'll even, when I listen to a song beforehand, I will just mark where I think all the cuts should go just with my eyes closed by feeling the music, and a lot of times that's where naturally they should go, and it just kind of helps give you an idea or help you with pacing when you start to bring all your footage in. Because sometimes, especially if we've shot the footage, we can be very protective of our footage and be like, no, I really want to show this whole shot, or I really want to show all of this, but they'll miss the ending, and the ending's the best part. It doesn't always matter. The edit really brings it home and makes it interesting to watch, along with the music, the transitions, the story, all of those things. So it's important to make sure that your edit keeps up. But yeah, that was from Francisca. So good. Our next edit is from Raul.
Coronavirus has been declared as a global pandemic by the WHO.
The entire country is in lockdown.
The experts are now saying we will have to just live with COVID-19.
All major league sports have come to a standstill.
Over 2,000 deaths in
Over
one
5
day.
million cases
20
and
million
growing.
unemployment claims. We are looking at a major economic crisis.
God bless America.
This is how the world ends. Stare into the hollow sky. This is how the world
I just thought that one was so creative, and although they didn't use all of the footage I supplied, there were a few people who did a similar story to this and made it seem much more somber and embraced the whole, COVID landscape we're in right now. And so that's why I wanted to acknowledge this edit, because they made their own story, and story is what is so important when it comes to these edits.
Coronavirus has been declared as a
So we actually
global
started at a
pandemic.
completely different place than how I shot it, which I think is amazing. Like, I was laughing my butt off when I watched this for the first time, and like the little text graphics. It's so funny. I haven't heard from you in a week. We live together, but I like it. You just made your own story, which I think is great. The little day 65 in the
Coronavirus has
corner.
been declared as a global pandemic by the
The
WHO.
entire country is in
And this is an example of when crossfades work. Crossfades are not my personal favorite, but sometimes they work. And like right here, they show passing of time and kind of how he's moving slowly and he's depressed and the voiceovers over top.
Coronavirus has been declared as a global pandemic by the
the
WHO.
entire country is in lockdown.
It really sets the stage. It sets the landscape in which the story is taking place in. So it was, he's really painting a picture of what Chris is living in right now and what he must be feeling. And you can see he even colored it, so it was a bit desaturated to kind of lend to that sad, like depressed nature of like how Chris is feeling. So it's good. He's telling his story well.
We're now saying we will have to just live with
All
COVID-19.
major
I don't
league sports have
love that pouring shot he chose. Like, I left in all of even my mistakes. That was definitely not my best one. You probably could have chose a better one there.
sports have come to a standstill.
Over
But see
2,000
how long
deaths.
he's
Over 5
holding
million
on
cases.
20
this
million unemployment.
one pouring shot and how it's a close-up. If you notice a lot in more, I guess, sad films or in horror movies, when there's supposed to be kind of a negative feeling, they do use a lot of macro shots as well. Like, if you think about the intro in Dexter, for example, all of those close-ups of the eggs cracking and everything, it's kind of similar to this, and he holds on it for a long time, so it kind of makes you feel uneasy. So it's, all of this plays into the feeling of the edit.
Unemployment claim. We are looking at a major economic crisis.
God bless America.
And then this with the music.
This is how the world ends.
I actually really like this song. And every time that music comes in and the Netflix comes up, I just get some chills. I just thought it was so funny how epic he made that. Yeah, I think it was a great music choice. I loved it. I thought it was super entertaining. Great job. And those were the two runner-ups. So this edit, the grand prize winner, was actually a collaboration between a brother and sister, Peter and Sarah. It's so fun. I did want to pick an edit as the winner that incorporated all the footage, the way I shot it, but then added their own flair. Just because it's supposed to be a bit of an exercise in actually building these transitions properly and building story, and then the execution of timing and certain transitions and color and music, especially music. All of these things together are what make a great edit. So I wanted to pick one that incorporated everything, and this really embodies everything I could have ever asked for. It's so good. Let's watch.
You can never hurt my pride. Self-respect, no regrets.
There's so much going on here. Okay. This is gonna take a while to comb through. So even before it opens, okay? Even before it opens, we've got some kind of dust filter effect going on, which is so cool. It's all the little things, okay? It's all the little details. It's so good. VHS transition into a title. The color already looks great. The title looks great. He's still got a bit of that dust overlay going on. And then what he did is he came out from those doors and it looks like you're panning up into the bed, which is the way I shot it. I moved upwards. But then he's got these like really cute, he's got this text coming out of Chris's mouth when he yawns. And the color looks great.
You can never hurt my pride.
And then he actually, I don't even know if I noticed this before. And then he panned up again on the bed as Chris takes off the duvet. You don't even notice that, it happens so fast. Okay, and then in the closet, I have to scroll back. And he sped it up there to look like a time lapse almost. It's very robotic, the whole thing. It's like Chris is a little cartoon character. And then he did do that transition the way I shot it.
No regrets.
And then the reversing is awesome. Like, the beat to this music is so fun. It's so cool how in all these different edits, they give Chris such a different feeling. Like, it makes him seem like he has a different energy every time. Like, in one of them, he was depressed and sad. In another one, he's just getting up and getting a beer and having a time. In this one, he clearly thinks he's hot shit. Like, it's just, music and the edit has such a big effect. That part, I love. And so he's reversing, Chris, like, putting the blanket up over his head and pulling it back. But it looks like he's doing some kind of, I don't know if he is, but it looks like he's doing some kind of warp or distortion on his face. Because it looks like we're zooming in and out of Chris's face. I don't know, maybe he's just speeding up and reversing it. I don't know. Peter, tell me, but it looks so good.
No regrets.
And then a seamless music transition there. Really nice. Now we're already on to track 2. That little push-in on Chris's face, I like that. Makes Chris seem like he's snooping extra hard in the fridge. A little bit of that reversing going on. So he did just cut into the lime rolling, but it looks good, it worked. And he used my clip where I panned down on the lime being cut. It looks great. And then he actually did the same shot in 4 different frames, but it's kind of like a music video, you know what I mean? Like, it's just such a fun sequence. Little bit of a lens flare, some speed ramping. It just all happens so fast. Here, this is a great example again of speed. So he's really, you can hear the music kind of goes. Do you hear that? He uses that, and that's why a few of those clips are so close together. And one is the 4 frame, one is this really close-up shot of the beer foam. And then that sound effect when Chris is squeezing the lime, very nice. He changed the sound of the music, so it kind of sounds like, you know when you're standing outside a club rather than inside the club? I mean, I don't go to clubs anymore, but I used to. That's a different story. When you're outside the club and the music sounds different, like you're hearing it from a distance, that's kind of the effect he gave it here, and it's great because it really brings forward the sound of Chris squeezing the lime. So when you think of your edit in like a linear sense, okay, if the music's the same throughout, if there's no change in the music or change in the sound effects or change in the speed of your edit or in the music, then it's just kind of on one flat plane. But once you start playing around with like, oh, the music slows down here, and then it ramps up here, and then maybe I'll speed up my edit, and then maybe I'll add this sound effect, and maybe you create such a dynamic edit, and there's a flow to it, and it keeps it exciting and interesting when you don't know what's coming next, and that's really what they did here. And now we're into track 3. And then he nailed those transitions really well and actually added some little, I call them annotations, like little doodles around the glass as Chris is picking up, around his feet. We did a little reverse there again. And then a great mask on the TV. And he has the same intro. So kind of a similar idea to what Francisca did. Overall, it was just a super fun edit, and it was all those little extra details that he added in that really leveled it up overall. So those were the 3 top edits of the B-roll challenge and our grand prize winner. Now let's get into talking about the Music Bed Reopen challenge. So this is your chance to win $100,000, and it's for an amazing cause. So Music Bed is looking for you guys to create a piece that is uplifting, inspiring, and overall optimistic about our future because it was a hard time during COVID-19. Things are still very hard, but they're trying to encourage the positivity and to show some positive stories and the good that's still happening in the world right now. Your submission could potentially spotlight a local business or shed light on a social injustice, or maybe there's someone in your community who's making a huge difference and you wanna show them off. You wanna feature them in your film. Overall, MusicBed is looking for filmmakers to use their talents to help shape a better tomorrow, and that's probably the best thing you could ever do with your skill set. Really come back to the root of all this. Maybe it's not about the money, maybe it's about, for one thing, improving your skill set, but maybe it's also about doing something good, which not only makes you feel good, but overall does good in the world and good for other people. And that's the kind of energy you want to spread, and that's something that's really important to me. I started my channel because I want to influence you guys to start your own channels and to pursue your passions and start your businesses, and that's my positive gift to the world. This is a great opportunity for you guys to tell a really important story. The deadline to enter this contest is July 15th at 12 p.m. Central Time. Of course, the link to enter is in the description box below. So finally, congratulations to all the winners of my B-roll contest, and thank you all so much for entering. All of your edits were amazing. You all did a great job. I did watch every single one of them myself. I promise you that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Good luck on entering the Reopen Challenge, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.